Hi, I'm John with Orange ModWorks, and recently we have been getting a lot of questions regarding our new hybrid system for the Retaliator and Recon MKII. And those questions have been mainly revolving around the darts, and what darts can you use, and which darts give you the best performance. Basically, the short answer is any dart that you can use in a sealed breech system, you can also use in our hybrid system. So that means your short darts, worker darts, stock darts, that kind of stuff. When it starts getting tricky is with sort of these other style of aftermarket darts. Mainly the waffle darts and the AccuStrike or the AccuFake darts. These are very popular, especially in flywheel blasters, but they will not work in sealed systems due to the width of the head. So what makes them really good in a flywheel blaster is their downfall when it comes to using it in a sealed system or in our hybrid system. And it's really not that simple though, because some of these other darts, like at first glance, these are both couche darts, but this one won't work because the glue applied that's holding the head on is extending out into the foam, and that'll catch on the barrel, or a metal barrel. So as a rule of thumb, you want darts that have a head that is heavily recessed away from the foam. So worker darts are a perfect example. Most dome tip darts, don't really recommend these unless you need to talk to your game moderators, because these are hard tips, but they work very well out of sealed systems. They hurt a lot, but they work well because the head, first of all, is hard, so it doesn't have a lot of friction, and it's heavily recessed here. So if you look at a stock dart is really towing the line. The only reason that stock darts work is because the quality control on them from Nerf, as the stock manufacturer, is very, very good. An aftermarket dart to these specifications would probably fail because most aftermarket darts have very sloppily applied glue. That's the main thing to watch out for. So how some aftermarket manufacturers handle that is they have a dart that looks similar to a stock dart with a little hole and all, and it has cushion, but the head is much smaller and heavily recessed. So we just found these on Amazon, and in most of the pictures, if you go through the pictures they have on the product pages, there'll be close-ups, and you can see where the head meets the foam, and you can see how much of a recess there is. So this is another one that does work. This is a AAC V5.0. You see these a lot of times in blue because they really look like stock darts, but they have that hard tip again. They work, but I don't really recommend using hard tips unless they're explicitly allowed in your games. Talk to your moderators. These things can be a safety hazard. So let me set aside the two hard tip darts because you don't really run into these except in like casual games. You don't run into these very often. So I'm going to put those aside. So that brings us to these pretty common darts. I've got the couches, the waffle heads / AccuFakes. I'm going to let this represent the AccuFake, the worker, and the two sort of stock looking darts. Or this is a stock dart, and this is an aftermarket. So out of these, the couches, some of them work, some of them don't. There's really no way to tell. You're just going to have to inspect your darts and see if the glue sticks out. You can even see between these two couches, this one is clearly smaller, and the head is clearly smaller. And I've had good luck in our systems with these and in sealed systems. But quality control isn't really the name of the game with aftermarket darts. So you have to be careful. You have to test your darts. The newer worker darts are great. I know, this is a V1 where the heads can come off, but this design in general works very well. So we have a stock breech here. These are stock breeches, and this is a front-loading blaster. Now these can take any of these except for the short darts. A stock breech will not handle a short dart because of the post. This won't reach down and depress the air restrictor, and even if you've removed your AR, they just don't seal very well. These are not really designed for short darts. You can use short darts in front stuffers if you remove the posts, and usually you have to remove the AR. And when you want to use, like if I wanted to use a worker dart in our kit here, I would have to either use my pinky and poke it down, it would reach about this far, or I'd have to ramrod it. But this blaster has the AR, so I couldn't use this unless I ramrodded it really hard. And with hammer shots, strong arms, that kind of thing, you have to really load these in. You can't just put them here and you're good to go. It's not going to work like that. If you see exposed foam, this dart probably isn't depressing the air restrictor. So you have to really jam that sucker in, and that's good to go. Same with the strong arm. That air restrictor valve pokes into the barrel. So if I just casually load and the dart stops there, you can see it hasn't reached the back. It's not going to depress the AR. You know, this is kind of a thicker dart than a stock dart, so that feels like it's all the way in, but it's not. You have to push it all the way down. See, like that? How the foam is now like almost being like stuffed past that point. This is going to get you the best performance. Just popping it in, do you feel some resistance? Is not good enough. It's flat, but you can do better by really pushing it. And that's going to definitely depress the air restrictor. So really that's the sort of quick and dirty dart selection tip. Recessed heads can get loaded into these barrels. You need to double check your heads to make sure the foam, make sure the glue doesn't stick past. See, that's not going to work at all. Aftermarket darts that look like streamlined darts are fine, but look at the pictures to make sure the head is significantly smaller. Most aftermarket darts do not have good quality control, and you need to watch out that glue isn't oozing over. Stock darts really are just barely lining up. These will barely work just at a glance, but most of them work because of the good quality control where the foam doesn't stick past. So stock darts, good to go in pretty much any blaster. So with stock configurations where you have an air restrictor, they need to be full length, but they can take any style of dart. You can load up a stock Retaliator or a Retaliator with a stock breech. You could load it up with waffle darts or AccuFakes and you're good to go. So thank you for watching, and if you have further questions about what darts you can use in what kit or with what blaster, feel free to send us a message on Facebook or shoot us an email through the website. The Contact Us link at the bottom of our main website, basically those messages go to our inbox. Just select tech support from the drop-down list, and those emails will come straight to me, and I can get back to you. So, thank you for watching, and happy nerfing.